shit out of the mirrors. I mean, every damn mirror on that truck is jacked up when he gets done with it.
Well, dude, he's half your height.
Yeah.
Good thing they're power mirrors.
But
So, between you and me, Paul, this is Jeremy. So, between you and me,
Hello, Jeremy. Yes.
when I left to come home for the day, he was still in the ditch. Bud's wrecker service said, we ain't got enough winch line to get to him. And my boss was going out with the tire chains that he could find for the Hostler to jack it up, put tire chains on it, to trying to get it to move. So, as far as I know, the truck still sits in the ditch.
Jesus.
full of freight.
So Monday morning, we're gonna need you to go down to Middleville and drive the truck out.
Yeah, no shit. I would laugh my ass off if I go down there Monday morning, hop in the truck, and literally drive it out. It's like, you're in the ditch. Now, how about you drive out of the ditch?
Well, no.
God.
So Jeremy just spewed that out, and I'm like, I bet Paul has no fucking idea that happened. So I wanted to call you. And
Yeah, call me and wreck my weekend. Damn it.
Merry Christmas, buddy.
Hey, I'm very thankful that I didn't have that surprise when I came in Monday, because I would have lost my shit.
Well,
Hold on. Now you got to stew on it all weekend.
So I honestly have no idea where your truck's at, if it's even gonna come back.
Oh, God.
but no, you're absolutely right. They shouldn't be allowed to drive the new stuff. Take that 2323 or whatever.
What they should have done is kept a bunch of the T800s.
Yes.
Just keep them running. It's like, here, if you can drive this, you'll be fine.
Yeah, right. All right, I didn't want to completely. I didn't want you to come in surprised or whatever, and I'm just blown away.
Well, I appreciate the heads up.
Was that the only thing that happened?
I think so.
Oh, it's
Oh,
due for PM.
Yeah. All right.
All right, gentlemen, have a good
All
weekend.
right. See you,
There
buddy.
you go.
You
Bye.
too, Paul.
All right.
There you go. 86 mile car life.
Liberty and lead. Keep it local. Keep it cash. Tell the feds to kiss your ass. I'm Ty.
I'm Moo.
And I'm Trigger.
And I need a beer, please.
No, yes, sir.
Make it 2.
Make it 2. Oh, you're on a roll tonight.
Double fisting them tonight?
Yes.
Well, I got a nap in, so I'm not quite as tired. So I got the energy to handle these
To sleep in.
heavy-duty beers.
Well, a couple things I'd like to go over. The music industry and how dirty it is one of them. Cars we got to talk about. We ain't talked about it in a
I
while.
don't know
But
why you're narrowing down just to the music industry for being dirty. It's most
Any
industries.
celebrity shit. And
the story that I'm going to read, I'll read the thing verbatim, but it's maddening. It pissed me right off when I read it. Somebody, my buddy Mark from Holland sent it to me.
Well, before you delve into that, do you guys name a song that's more than 10 minutes long?
Inagata Davida? I don't know.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Meatloaf has a stack of the damn things.
Oh, you're a big Meatloaf guy, aren't
I'm
Say,
like
what is
that.
it? Bad,
What was
Bad
it?
Out of Hell is freaking.
Bad Out of Hell, I think, was like 7.5 minutes
Okay.
long. But
I know it's fairly long, but most songs are what, 3.5 minutes?
most of them are 6+ minutes.
Huh.
But so Taylor Swift came out with a 10-minute song, and it was like, oh, it's the first of its kind, and yeah, her fans are all like, oh, she's so great for this.
Stepping stone into the next
Well,
whatever.
Congratulations, you joined in with. Some people pointed out prog rock apparently had a bunch of long songs. Oh goodness. Well, actually, so speaking of Meatloaf, at the end of the year, Amazon Music gives you a recap of like what you listen to the most, kind of thing. And I was the top 0.1% of Meatloaf listeners for the year.
No, you were the only Meatloaf listener,
Well, yeah,
I think.
that's how you get top 0.1.
Oh, let's see.
But
4 minutes, 14... During the 1990s, average song length was 4 minutes, 14 seconds. For the 2020s, it's been 3 minutes, 15 seconds. So your 3.5 minutes is pretty close.
Nope. Bohemian Rhapsody is 5 minutes and 55 seconds.
I didn't even know.
The song "I Do Anything for Love, But I Won't Do That" by Meatloaf is 11 minutes and 57 seconds.
Is that the extended version or the
Obviously.
regular version?
That's the regular, not the
Okay.
radio edit. Because some of them they cut a couple minutes out so it could go on the radio.
Well, we're on music. We'll just roll with that. I'll read this article out. We all know. We all know that COVID and the COVID funding, COVID this, that, whatever, was mismanaged. Yeah. Here it is. Derp. I don't know how to pronounce that. Derp News. Alice in Chains and Shinedown among artists named in new report on how millions in COVID-19 relief funds were actually spent. Back in 2020, as the COVID-19 pandemic took hold, the U.S. government signed into law Shuttered Venue Operators Grant. It was envisioned as a lifeline to help keep artists and independent venues, etc., afloat during lockdowns that brought the touring industry and more to a grinding halt. That law, in addition to the Paycheck Protection Program, a federal loan program created in 2020 to help businesses, self-employed workers, blah, blah, blah. COVID-19 lockdown was intended to help numerous artists and businesses retain their staff. It's another one of those things that you had to probably apply for it, but if you didn't have a lawyer doing the application process, you probably weren't going to get paid. However, there's long been allegations of bad actors abusing the program for their own financial gain. Back in December of 23, Senator Rand Paul publicly rallied against lack of accounting transparency as to how artists who received aid through the grant and loan programs actually used their taxpayer money. In his 23 Festivus report on government waste, Paul also provided figures of some of the various musicians from heavier genres who took part in the relief programs. Among them were Slipknot and Not Festival, Korn, Nickelback, Smashing Pumpkins, Post Malone, Lil Wayne, Chris Brown, and more. I'll skip that one. While some may claim these funds were used to keep supporting staff, artists were not required to do so and had no way of determining how these blank checks were used. A newly published report by Business Insider, blah, 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 Alice in Chains and Shinedown got their hands in it. And we'll go on.
Sounds like a typical government program. Spend the money however you feel like. We're not going to keep track of it. So later on, when someone inevitably asks a question about it, we got no idea. Why do you think the Pentagon keeps failing audits? They throw money at
Bust
shit.
my balls all you want. We all work. We all pay taxes on. So, anyway,
So, with that being said, one of the groups you listed off there is a Canadian group.
but they're still work out of. They're still based out of America now. They're not based out of Canada, I don't think. Nickelback.
Isn't that what they get all the freaking bullshit for, is being a Canadian group?
No, they get all the bullshit for changing their sound to suit what people want to listen to, which is exactly what the domestic violence piece have done for fucking decades, but nobody dogs on them for the same goddamn thing.
Back to it.
Okay, I'm wrong then.
No, it's basically they keep changing up what kind of music they play to pander to what people want to listen to. You know, the thing you do when you want to make a ton of fucking money.
Yeah.
Hate me all you want. I don't mind Nickelback.
Well,
I
neither
don't
do
either.
I.
I don't at all. I have nothing against them. They have some damn good songs.
While reviews of expenses on several high-profile rap artists listed expenses such as elaborate birthday parties and more, no claims were outright deemed fraudulent in Business Insider's report. As far as their findings regarding accounting documents regarding Alice in Chains and Shinedown, published the following. And I quote, on March 23, 22, records show that Alice in Chains singer and guitarist Jerry Cantrell took in $1.4 million as SVOG distribution. The band's drummer Sean Kinney received the same amount, and its bassist Mike Inez booked half that sum, about $682,000. In all, $3.4 million of the $4.1 million on the grant allotted for payroll went to the three musicians at the top. $3.4 million just for nothing of taxpayer money. And that's tax-free at that point, isn't it?
PPP loans? I think so.
Yeah. Like other grant applicants, AIC Entertainment, the 3 band members' touring businesses, had to tell the government only that the money was necessary. That was it.
That's a very broad term.
But the month before they took their grant payments, the band members recorded about $48 million in income from selling the copyrights of their catalog. They made hundreds of thousands of dollars more from merchandise sales and other profit distributions in 22. The band spent some money to pay its staff. It paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to sound equipment rental firms, videographers, and managers. But the precarious nature of working in the live entertainment business didn't change for some of its employees. Scott, I can't say his last, Doc Schroden, Scott D., a guitar tech and tour photographer who had worked with the band for years, received a cancer diagnosis in 22. The band, which records show, did not spend grant money on benefits like health insurance. So the band circulated a GoFundMe page on Twitter. They got $3.4 million, 4.1 total, but they didn't give this guy a fucking nickel. He has no health insurance and now cannot work to pay his bills, the page said. The band's lead singer on the Facebook that Alice in Chains helped out behind the scenes, but a person familiar with the situation said that Scott D didn't get much, if any, money from the band during the pandemic, and that after his diagnosis. The band connected Scott D with a charity that helps with medical bills. Scott D died soon after his diagnosis. Of course, nobody wanted to comment.
Of course not.
3 of the 4 members of the rock band Shinedown, which is super popular, split at least $2.5 million of their $8.3 million grant. That's a lot of fucking money. That's a lot of tax dollars. Shinedown's 4 members paid themselves more than $100,000 each out of the roughly $1.2 million of the grant that was allocated to the payroll.
Well, we can only give $130 a fucking student for schools, or $430 a student for a year for schools. But we're giving these assholes $8 million to divide between 3 assholes.
$8,300,000. Yeah. The band's 15 tour production workers, meanwhile, received a combined $650,000 of the grant money, less than a single member of the band got. Overall, the rest of them got less than 1 band member. Publicists for the band didn't respond for requests for comment on that either. That was the story. Organizations took, and nobody fucking watched them.
I mean, there's a lot of fraud going on with those COVID PPP loans. It just happened. There was not any sort of real government oversight.
Well, hopefully Doge or whoever decides that shit can never happen again. Yeah. And makes it stick. It's going to be key.
Well, I think if you get rid of a department, it would be a lot harder to try and stand it up again. If you destroy the EPA, do you think in 4-8 years they're going to be like, hey, we should fire that back up again so soon after it was torn down?
Is there a need for it? Yes, but the overspending and
misappropriation. I support some of what the EPA does, like Superfund sites. By all means, keep track of mega factories dumping all sorts of bullshit in the ground. I'm all for it. Take EPA getting up their ass. Leave the cars alone.
Yeah, because
the guys that own a diesel pickup and they want to delete it so it's reliable and efficient, leave them alone.
Spending $110,000 on a truck and it lasts 100,000 miles now, where our old diesel trucks would go 500,000 miles.
As long as the government can still buy a deleted diesel, you should be able to buy one as well.
Yeah.
Fuck
yeah.
What was that, Dave's Auto Center or whatever pointed that one out? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the U.S. military can buy factory-deleted diesel pickups, I should be able to buy a factory-deleted diesel pickup.
Yeah, that was a Ford Super Duty 6.7.
6.7.
6.7, probably tuned to run on JP8.
So, Jason's pretty religious, right?
Yeah.
they did some research or whatever and found out that if Jesus drove a truck, he would drive a Ford.
Because of the holes in the hand?
No, just because he liked walking anyway. But
I knew
that was from Jason. That was from Jason, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He goes, I got one for you. You gotta
No,
tell
you
Jeremy.
haven't seen him here lately, have you?
Gotta tell. Well, he called today.
Oh, I figure it's because all his cars are broke. Because of piss poor maintenance.
Well, I mean, he needs to put headlights in them. That's all he's got to do. He's having a family Christmas party tonight at his house. So
we're going to go crash that?
I could. I'm still sober.
I'm still sober. We can go.
Maybe later.
You guys can drive.
But anyway,
We've seen you drive. We don't want you driving.
the whole music industry and the COVID misspending government. What other stories? What other industry had it that bad?
You wanted to talk about music or whatever.
Yep.
Okay. What is the music types right now?
Like genres, types, heavy metal. There's light rock. There's country. There's classical.
Is there
There's
any
Pop.
rock and roll.
Yes.
Who the fuck determines how it's rock and roll? Taylor Swift started out as a country singer. Now, I don't even know what the hell she sings. And these other songs that I hear on the damn radio, they ain't nothing I want to freaking listen to.
Are you differentiating rock and roll? Like two different genres? And what's the dividing line between them?
Exactly. Who decides this shit? What it is?
That's what he's asking. Who decides we're a rock band, we're a pop band, we're a...
And
Like, I
their
listen to-
music. Who decides what their music is?
I listen to some stuff on the country station, and it is clearly pop.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it's still there.
Exactly.
There's a new
country
band
music
that's-
now.
The Lakeview, I think they're called. It's kind of a mix of country and rock. It's really good, but...
Well, there's a new genre that's been coming out. It's called y'alternative. It's alternative mixed with some country.
The alternative.
Basically, someone figured out that alternative music is just country music set to a different kind of music.
Kind of like country and rap.
Yeah.
Crap.
Well, country and rap are the same thing.
It's crap.
Don't you know that?
Actually, there's a genre for that. Gangsta
Well.
grass.
As you say,
Really?
Dude, rapping
Country?
in a country
Yeah.
beat.
actually, we'll start with rap. No, we'll go country. Country, somebody shot my dog. Rap, somebody bust a cap in my hole. They're the same. Country and rap are the same.
But
Yeah.
but if you play a rap song backwards, you get nothing. If you play a country song backwards, you get your dog back, your truck back, your house back, your wife back.
Your beer gets cold again. The tears are no longer in your beer. There was a whole era of country that was tears in my beer country.
Yeah.
It was
I had to live through that with the old man. Yeah.
But again, that shit's gone. I mean, the people that say they're freaking country now, nope, that shit's hip hop. That's not country.
one of my exes. You guys never met. She said she liked country, and I had Sammy Kershaw just came up in the playlist, and she said it was too twangy.
Yeah, clicker.
But you said one of your exes, all you think is, all my exes live in Texas. I mean, that was a good country song.
But she didn't like how twangy the country was. That is
That's not
country. The country has a twang. Well, I mean, that, and I enjoy the videos. It was like, what's the difference between a violin and a fiddle? Intent. It's the same instrument. Like a fiddle is flatter set of strings, and a violin is more curved.
Because it's got the...
It's the same thing. Basically, a fiddle is a violin played with a slur. You cannot unsee it now. It is the same instrument. You know, there are plenty of videos of people, like professional violin players, that have the whole shoulder rig that holds it in place.
Oh yeah, and they walk around, it stays still. I mean, almost as
Yeah.
good as like
Playing classical music, like nice tight violin, and then just start slurring it and it turns into fiddle. It's the same instrument.
I mean, compare a violin, or is it a violinist?
Yes.
Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Okay, compare that to Charlie Daniels singing Devil Went Down to Georgia and playing on a fiddle. You know, I actually had the pleasure of watching Charlie Daniels in concert. And that was probably the last concert I ever went to.
Jesus.
I watched him at the Breslin Center in Lansing. He went through 3 freaking bows in one song.
Oh, he was really getting after him.
Okay. I don't know what any of it
you
means.
You can just see the strings on the freaking bows just freaking breaking, and they're like a freaking blonde giving a freaking blowjob. Fucking hair is just fuck.
How'd that go again?
But seriously, he would go through and to watch it. It's mesmerizing. Watch these people play a violin. No.
You ever see there's a whole band of women that are crazy hot and they play violin.
They dance on freaking
Yeah.
I think I've seen it's like 4 women.
Yeah, they had it at the Cabo San Lucas when we went there. Holy shit, they're good.
But again, on the other hand, who decides what type of music this person came up with and the tones that are with it? And I don't get it, because I don't even know what the hell types of music's out there. I listen to classic rock. That's all I ever listen to when I listen to the damn radio.
I've heard you listen to some pretty fucking lame pop music.
Like what?
You know the lyrics on some of this stuff.
No, you want to
I
hear?
don't remember any of the songs. We were like when me and Harky were all hanging out, and you started singing the lyrics to some of the fucking pop songs. We were looking at each other, going, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, you were calling out Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
songs.
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you a single one.
I know one Taylor Swift song,
That's 100% more than me.
I think.
You do.
I might recognize from the country days, but since then I don't listen.
Exactly. It would be a country song. You know, there's another one that I completely detest, which is Will Smith's daughter.
She sings.
Yes.
I don't know.
Is that the hair?
I shake my hair back and forth.
I whip my hair back.
Or
and
whip
forth.
my
I
hair
whip
back. Yeah.
and forth. Yeah.
She says that for 3.5 minutes straight.
Well, hold on.
That's it.
To be fair, though, she might have gotten that idea from that song that came, half a decade before, "Walk It Out." The whole song was just "Walk It
I
Out."
was gonna say it wasn't from her mom. Her mom ain't got no hair.
Yeah, you guys have lost me on the pop music.
Like,
I've listened to
So,
some, but not.
Amazon compiles your top listened to songs. And here's how fucking wild mine is, apparently.
I get mine too.
Meatloaf, Celine Dion, Meatloaf, Celine Dion, Tech Nine, Meatloaf,
Holy shit, really?
Roxette, Luke Combs, D4L, Laffy Taffy,
Luke Combs. What song by Luke Combs?
Where the Wild Things Are.
Oh.
No One Else on Earth by Winona, Mary Chapin Carpenter, more Tech Nine, Serge Takanian, lead singer of God, well,
I'm pretty proud of mine.
Serge Takanian.
Serge Tankian?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just know the name because he's in that other band.
Yeah, that's the problem. Serge Tankian is lead singer System of a Down.
That's what. Yeah.
Ghost, more Tech Nine, Joe Diffie, Winona, Ghost, Cody Johnson, Clint Black, Diamond Rio, Ghost, Pam Tillis, Hal Ketchum, Blue Swede. How often do you hear that come up? Hooked on a Feeling?
Oh, seriously?
Actually, I hear it probably once a day on a freaking radio at work.
Really?
Leanne Rhymes, Def Leppard,
I listen to
Volbeat.
101.3. And it's just...
Dude, my music is just all over the fucking place.
I'll go over the greatest hits here. Fat Bottom Girls, the remake from
with,
Small Town Titans.
Oh.
No, I'm getting into the cover songs. The covers are actually becoming better than the originals, so I like them. Die Bar Beauty Queen, Moonshine Bandits, Adelita's Way, Buck Cherry, Nickelback, Theory of a Dead Man, Faith No More, Buck Cherry, Puddle of Mud, The Struts, I don't know how that one's good, got on there. Animal Drive, which is pretty heavy. Glorious Sons, Moonshine Bandits again, Candlelight Red, Bottleneck, that's In the Mud. It's a mud bugging song.
I think you fuckers laughed the last time I listed mine off.
Mickey Avalon, Stroke Me remake. Small Town Titans, Larkin Poe's really good. Another Theory of a Dead Man, Moccasin Creek, Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Rob Zombie, Go Fuck Yourself by Roxanne, Thunder Mother, which is like heavy chick music, Johnny Lang, AC/DC, Theory, Moonshine.
Well, I couldn't.
From Ashes to New, which is cool.
I haven't been into my freaking Spotify so damn long. It doesn't matter.
I got a bunch more. A lot of Rolling Stones on this list.
Jesus. 38,000 minutes.
Yeah,
You've listened to that shit.
Yeah.
Dang.
Genres. Yeah, 38,000 minutes I listened to this year. One song. Top 0.5% of listeners to that song.
You know, I listened to Bon Jovi, Eric Clapton.
How many minutes did you have?
The Beatles.
38,000.
What are you at?
58,219 minutes.
Jesus. What the hell do you guys...
And it's always right here. My headphones, these things. I don't drive with the radio on. I have one of these.
I don't either.
Yeah,
but
but
I
you
have
listen
so
to
much
silence.
I have so much
You listen
shit
to the
going on in my
voices.
fucking head, fighting with each other. I don't have time to listen to music.
If you listen to
in the
music, it
fucking
would
car.
cover that shit
Right.
up and you'd feel better.
No, it won't. It doesn't.
Well, I put music on.
Because you listen to
and
shitty music,
Lord,
apparently.
But, so I did the math on yours. You listen to, on average, 159 and a half minutes per day.
That's legit. I don't know if that's just my phone or if that's the TVs too. Because once
2.5 hours.
I don't watch TV. It's usually on Amazon Music, and I just let it rip. But
2.5 hours a day.
I don't get it.
that's it.
And
On
yeah,
the
I'm
weekends,
actually with him on that. It's okay, 2.5 hours ain't bad per day. But still, I mean, I listen to the radio at work, and if it's a shitty song, I turn the radio down. Sometimes the radio never gets turned back up the rest of the freaking day.
Well, I sit out here all summer long when I was off for this hernia. I'd sit out there with that TV blaring out the garage door, just sitting there watching dogs run.
And nope,
I can't watch TV. I can't.
I'd have to be doing something, and not necessarily watch TV. I wouldn't be watching TV. I would be doing something.
But when I'm doing anything, that fucking TV still doesn't turn off. It's on the radio thing.
You know, at home, I don't have a freaking radio in my pole barn when I'm working on stuff. I don't
know how you do that.
I don't listen to shit. I don't.
Wow. In fairness, I put the TV on, and I like to watch like YouTube on the TV in the garage. But the issue I found is it must be something about the Fire Stick. It gets more ads on YouTube, and they seem to be longer ads. And I find out I just get angry and say, fuck you, I'll watch something else. If you're just going to show me ads all goddamn day and pop one up every 2 fucking minutes,
Right.
I want to listen to what I want to listen to in the garage, not a fucking ad all goddamn day.
When I get into your guys' trucks at work, second thing I do when I start that truck is turn that freaking radio off or turn the damn volume down. All the way down. So I don't have to freaking listen to it.
Any truck I drive, first thing I do is turn the radio off. I don't listen to it. I use a headset.
Right.
First thing I do is I turn the freaking heater blower off because it's always blowing cold air.
The AC works though.
I'm constantly on it. I can't believe I've only got 2 hours average, but there must be the Sundays killing it.
I have a coworker that he will listen to podcasts in his ears all 8 hours of the shift.
Which one? Cal? Mm-hmm. Really? Baseball stuff.
baseball, some other stupid shit. And
Actually,
he's got freaking...
Everybody's got something, man.
You might get into that if you get like Joe Rogan or Sean Ryan.
No, I can't get into people talking on the damn thing. I've listened
That's
to...
super fucking ironic.
And
I mean...
I'm sorry, that's... I don't have a problem bullshitting with you guys, talking, whatever. That's different. But I can't listen to ours. I've listened... How many minutes you say we have? 6,500 minutes is what we've released in 2024. I bet out of that, I've listened to 120 minutes.
My number's a lot higher than that, unfortunately.
I don't know. But again...
Some of it is super... You got to get... I listened to Sons of Liberty podcast. I like that one. I like the Sean Ryan's not bad. The Joe Rogan. Depends on who's on. It just depends on who's on.
And you can say I'm fucked up because the voices in my head. Yes, I have yet to find anything that drowns out the voices in my fucking head. They want to argue and build shit and try and freaking figure shit out. And it... No. You know, I learned something.
That would help.
I found something that somebody said, and depression is trying to fix the past. Anxiety is trying to fix the future. Happiness is living in the moment.
I think I got that mastered. I'm the king of goofing off.
No, I have seasonal depression. I have anxiety like a motherfucker.
Are you a millennial?
And I'm never happy.
That was funny. That was funny.
And by all means,
That's so funny.
the wintertime when it's fucking stupid cold out, nope. By the time I get home from fucking work, it's dark out. Can't fucking do anything outside. In the summertime, I have 5-6 hours after I get out of fucking work, I can be outside doing shit. And I'm normally outside doing shit. In the wintertime, nope, it's fucking cold.
That's where I think having a 3-day weekend, having a whole day Friday off, is fucking killer. I love it. I don't ever want to go back, but I'm sure it'll happen someday. I wish you guys could figure that out and get yourself a...
Anyway, back to the freaking music shit. I just don't understand how anybody decides what the hell they call this. If they call this freaking hip-hop, if they call it rock and roll, if it's rock. I mean, I understand rap because that shit you can't understand anyway. So if you can't understand it, it's rap.
I think half of that is why radio stations will play a broad genre, like rock in general, and then just waver across the entire thing.
My top genres were...
and I have another question statement, too.
These are your top genres. Where'd it go? Right there. Rock, hard rock, metal, alternative rock. So I'm a rock guy, I guess.
Okay. I mean, I'm trying to keep this music, and I've been thinking about this a little bit. And you came off differently than I thought we were going to go. When you said, I have some music industry stuff to talk about.
I'm a music guy. It's no secret. So hearing like Shinedown, I like Shinedown. But hearing they did some disgusting, the government should have never given that fucking money. You got into that business, go find a job.
Well, they literally work in the gig industry.
You're not fucking essential. We're in fucking essential. Where's our $8.3 million?
Like, musicians are at the core of gig industries. If you don't have a gig, you don't get paid. It's the way it's supposed to work.
A lot of things revolve around it, whether it's the venue, the vendors at said venue, t-shirts, pop, beer, food, people outside.
With that being said, let's go with the guy that saw the Richmond north of Richland. He doesn't want to charge any more than $25 a ticket for anything he's done. But Taylor Swift charges $300 to $1,000 a ticket. Okay, now this is why I thought we were talking about music. So I came up with this shit.
No, good. That's good.
Okay, back in the 80s, actually, fuck it. We'll go back to the fucking 40s, 50s, 60s, all the way up until the last 10 years.
Sorry, that's funny. That's fucking funny.
He showed me earlier. It just took you till now to freaking realize.
Well, I just put it on the TV.
I kind of turned around and went, holy cow, that's funny.
Either way, the
Yeah, send me that one, I'll post it.
the last, whatever, freaking from 1950 to let's say '05, your status as a musician or a group was based on your record sales.
Yeah.
So many platinum record. You sold freaking 800 billion freaking. How the hell do you catch that status now? Because everything's on Spotify, everything's on Amazon.
But it's tracked. How many downloads you got is your record sales.
But I don't pay for any of my fucking music.
You listen to ads?
So those are the guys paying them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And by all means, please.
That's how TV always worked.
But back to the guy, the rich guy north of Richland or whatever.
Richmond,
Richmond.
yeah.
Okay. Everybody complains that Taylor Swift charges $1,000 a ticket to get into her freaking concert or whatever. Is that making up for the fact that music's fairly fucking free and whatever? So that's what she's getting her kickbacks from instead of her record sales?
So this is something I learned a while back. Most musicians, and I think Taylor Swift is still in this section of the music people. They don't own their masters. So they record their track and a master is produced and then everything is duplicated off of that for distribution. But the record label owns the master. So all money for that music played on Spotify or on the radio
goes to the master holder first.
Goes to the master holder. And then there's a small share that goes down to the musician. But concerts goes to the musician.
Okay.
So she can sell out an arena for $1,000 a ticket.
She's still making bank on the fucking downloads.
She's making bank on downloads, but she's not making as much as she can if she does a concert tour.
But seems
at $1,000 a seat.
Seems she is one of the biggest freaking
acts.
Yeah, whatever going on in fucking the world right now.
So that sucks. I got more talent in my finger.
So she's taking her ticket sales money, the $1,000 a head, and she's paying off the Kansas City Chiefs refs.
Yeah, no shit.
So she's literally buying the NFL.
Okay, here you go. Sorry. I looked up Taylor Swift. She does not own the masters to her first 6 studio albums, but when they do a remastered, it's essentially a cover of the original song to create a new master that they do own.
Okay, that's how that works. And
that's what
by all means,
what remastered. I always thought remastered was we re-recorded it to make it sound a little bit better, but it's actually just the cover so that they can own the master of it.
So, and I guarantee this has probably happened. So if Ty masturbates in the morning and in the afternoon he masturbates again, is that remasturbating?
So you guys
and
remember?
He still hasn't mastered it.
Yeah.
You guys remember a few years back, I partied with Saving Abel. Me and Gavin did the lights
down to the fair.
Yeah. I had some come to Jesus talk with the bass player, who's come to find out seems to be like the brains of that band.
Shouldn't you have been saving Cain? No, Cain killed Abel.
I don't know. Saving Abel. He owns a bar and stuff. We talked for a little while. When it comes to the Amazon, Spotify, iTunes, whatever, YouTube's, they get a fraction of a penny every time it's downloaded. Adds up. He said it's something. We get checks in the mail, but it's just not like you would think. It's just so I have a bar and I have the concerts and like you say the T-shirt sales they make some money on because they have $5 into a fucking T-shirt they're selling for $25.
Oh, concerts is where they actually can make their money, but you have to stay relevant to keep doing concerts.
And I get
that.
So
you have to keep pushing stuff out so you can keep doing concerts so you can keep making...
It definitely probably beats working for a living.
And I guess with the way with your president's freaking inflation the last 4 years, I mean, I guess to rent a venue, let's say the freaking, well, hell, when the Pontiac Superdome, or Pontiac Silverdome, not Superdome, Silverdome. Okay, say to rent that out right now, if it was still standing. It's not, whatever. You're probably going to pay $1 million to rent that out for a freaking concert.
Well, it's Ford Fieldhouse because they do concerts there.
Then you have to freaking bring all your stage and equipment and all that shit and hire all the freaking runs.
You also have to prepay insurance. You have to help. Actually, when Jack Black, when his co-star said the ignorant shit that he did, and they said, hey, we're going to cancel all future tour dates. Remember that whole ordeal with Jack Black?
Yeah.
One of the theories was, because they're not going to come out and say it, is that the insurance company then refused to insure them for future dates after the ignorant comments. And if there's no insurance, the venue will not let you come in.
Yeah.
So, you have to have insurance.
I mean, especially after that freaking venue, what was it in Boston that freaking burnt and killed freaking X amount of people? Was that Boston?
I don't know.
The pyrotechnics or something freaking lit the bar on fire, and I think one of the band members died.
Yeah, that was Great White.
Which is
exactly 100 people died.
Okay.
Which is weird because you got Rammstein, who's been doing the biggest pyrotechnic shows ever, and it just gets bigger every year.
Yeah, I've seen some of that. They're singeing each other's fucking eyebrows off on that one.
Anyway,
dude,
so I don't
some
know
of
if this
those-
whole thing went out of control, but that was just questions that I had. I wanted to talk about it.
Yeah,
Some
not
of
fair.
those. Have you ever seen the Rammstein pyrotechnics?
I guess I haven't. If I have no idea that they were called that, so please inform me.
Oh, it's just a massive spectacle of fire.
They're super heavy German. They sing in German. Industrial heavy metal.
Okay, so this ain't the one that did the wreath type freaking fireworks that they lit on the ground, and it had so much freaking force that it
No.
pushed off, and this was like a 100-foot freaking wreath, 100-foot diameter wreath that started spinning because all the pyro freaking fireworks and shit flew up
This
in the
guy
air. And
puts a flamethrower backpack on his back that shoots jets out, like 10-foot jets out from his back. And it's just...
it compresses freaking discs in his back. Jesus.
No, you can see the heavy, I mean, the line's got to be this big around, natural gas line running off stage. They have got to have frac tanks loaded with pyrotechnic juice parked out back. They run heavy duty diesel generators, like the trailer mounted ones. They run, I think, 3 of them just to be able to power the show. There you go.
The fuck?
Well,
I want one. I want one of them.
Till Lindemann, the lead singer, like learned pyrotechnics, like for himself. So he works on a lot of the stuff.
Didn't he? They do some crazy
for
out
one-
there theatrics on stage.
For one of his music videos, he
Money
wanted
and your brother's on there.
Yeah.
to do one of the music videos. He wanted to have a light in his mouth, and at the time they didn't have stuff like the O bulb, whatever the fuck that's called. So he got a piercing in his cheek so they could run a wire through, so they could put a light in the back of his mouth, so he can have the glow in his mouth.
Jeez.
I don't want to say it on here, but I think he pulled one off on somebody. Yeah. Like on stage, yeah.
Either way, that was my music questions.
Well, here,
Well, I mean, you're still on it.
yeah, he put a light in his mouth. Apparently, he did it in concerts too. It's a lot easier in the era of lithium ion and small bulbs.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, there you go. Got that piercing in his cheek so he could run a wire into his mouth.
Speaking of mouth fires,
The fuck? That is fucky.
Hey, if you want to make that shit look good, that's what he wanted.
yeah.
Oh, there's the piercing.
Oh yeah. He's something else. Did you guys? There's a viral video going around. Maybe maybe, maybe not. A guy's got a drone and he's flying around this alligator, and the alligator gets it. He starts chomping it down while the fucking lithium battery explodes in his mouth. Yeah,
Kills Croc?
I don't know. The video ends before you can actually watch. He goes under, like, ooh, that's hot. That's crazy. But anyway,
There was a lithium battery plant freaking exploded this week.
really?
At least I seen video of it. Maybe it was an old fucking video. I also seen, I think it was a train derailment in like Pecos, Texas.
Ron posted that. I
After it hit a
downloaded the
truck.
video.
Yeah,
I think it was
windmill truck. Hit
yeah.
a freaking
Eco-friendly.
It
turbine
happened 5 o'clock on the 18th, I believe, if I remember right.
freaking, I don't know. I think 100 people died.
Really?
I think so. Because freaking train derailed on the main street.
Okay.
It wadded up freaking, I mean,
Oh, I know it stacked them up. It just kept stacking them right up.
150 feet freaking wide.
The train is cooking.
Here,
Oh, yeah.
touching back to music, I got this for Treg here
Okay.
on the TV.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
$90?
It's fucking awesome.
If you look down by his leg, you can actually see that massive fuel hose. That's just one.
That guy is
little-
something else.
That's just one little part of it.
Yeah.
What's the name of that again?
Rammstein. It's all German shit.
Remember back in the 90s, probably late 90s, I don't know what year it came out. Du hast mich. That song? It's You Hate Me so much,
Or You Have Me, depending on the translation.
right?
So,
No?
Don't remember.
You had to have.
you've probably heard it in passing. Anyways,
Yeah.
let's get Trigger's blood pressure up, huh?
Okay.
Is that the goal every freaking week?
Correct.
I don't like people listening to it. When you freak out, but it's every word. And that's when we lose people. So when you get fired up, I'm like, oh, here we go. But
Okay, so I saw a video on Insta the other day, and it was top 10 countries that help
Oh, yeah. I've seen
Ukraine
this one.
as a percentage of GDP. And by the way, USA is number 10 on this list as the smallest percentage of GDP
at 0.1,
at
0.36.
0.36%, and we are being shamed for it being such a small part of GDP. So I did the
I
math.
don't fucking think so.
So I did the math. Oh, sorry, I need that off so I can do this. This is all in USD, by the way. Latvia was 1.24% of their GDP. They donated to Ukraine.
The
Their
most.
GDP is $43.6 billion a year. Of that, they donated $541 million. But I'm going to keep this brief because I need to step outside for a phone call. The U.S., we only gave 0.36% to the Ukraine.
Of our
Of
GDP.
our
Not
GDP.
our number might be the highest, but it's not. It's per our GDP. It's
Hold on. So the highest the highest donation, I guess, would be Czechoslovakia. I think Czechoslovakia at
Czech
1
Republic
point,
or Czechoslovakia? Because aren't they?
same place.
Okay.
1.4 billion dollars.
That's their GDP, or that's what they donated?
That's what they donated. 331 billion is their GDP. The U.S., our GDP is $27.4 trillion. We gave 98.5 billion to the Ukraine.
Are we the top on that number?
We are the top
Okay.
by a fucking mile on that.
But they're trying to soften us up by.
Well, we're being
top
shamed.
on the amount we gave them for
But the
dollars,
lowest percentage
but the
of
lowest
GDP.
percentage
GDP.
GDP.
That's bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah.
That video should
Because
not have even been made.
It's numbers. They're putting the numbers out there that make us look bad.
Oh, that's the
When
lowest
ultimately, if they looked at the
hold
freaking
on.
right numbers, it would be flipped the fucking opposite.
Well, like, one of the countries
Exactly.
involved was Estonia. The fuck does Estonia even do?
I don't know. I think
Isn't
there's
that
like 15
Transylvania?
people live there. It's like Chernobyl.
Or Lithuania. While Estonia's GDP is 41 billion a year, that is it.
Lithuania has some big power lifters,
Yeah.
strong men.
Well, yeah, because there's nothing else to do but work on the farm.
Big Z.
But I gotta step out and take care of this.
Well, pause it. We'll start again.
Yeah. Where we at?
51. Send it.
Uh,
Yeah, send it.
Here's those who wish us well.
All the rest can go to hell.
See ya.